So it's time for the next update on the Chronicles of George. But while I have a captive audience, this Chronicles of George episode is brought to you by my book, Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a Petty Self-Help Guide. It is available at bourbonbougieshop.com. That is bourbonbougieshop.com. Yes, I will continue to plug my own book because this is my page and you guys are bought into the Chronicles of George. Now, let's get back into this episode. So the cool thing about the Chronicles of George is that so many people are bought in, and this has become kind of a community series because y'all asked me to ask questions and I do it. So someone wanted me to ask, what did Evelyn see in this man in the first place? And they wanted to know if anyone knows when stuff took a turn for the worse. So I asked Miss Sassy that, and it was brought out that Evelyn was an AKA. So someone was wondering, is George also Greek? So we got some of those questions answered in this next update. George is an alpha. George is an Alpha Phi Alpha, and so is my boss and my boss's brother and two cousins. So please understand that when people are wondering why the boss is so accommodating for George, this is probably why. They are both Greek, they're childhood friends, and George is probably getting a lot more leeway than he would if he wasn't Greek and if he were a woman, because y'all know good and well that women would not get this level of accommodation. Okay, so then Miss Sassy continues. I spoke to Mrs. M, the manager, the older black lady. I spoke to Mrs. M. I asked her why Evelyn stayed with George. She says, as far as she knows, their marriage didn't start out like that. George was always hardworking and a constant provider. Evelyn could work part-time, go to school, raise the children, or not work at all if she didn't want to. Then George started taking advantage of her and the way she is about her home. Evelyn is meticulous. Everything has a place. So he didn't do anything inside the home. She said years ago, Evelyn actually expressed her unhappiness, and George didn't seem to care. Keep in mind that this is the intersection of the tolerable level of unhappiness that we have been talking about on our respective pages, that women are just supposed to tolerate this for a long time until such time that they don't. And that is the reason why there is an uptick of gray divorces. This is the reason why we are speaking about weaponized incompetence in many areas, because this is not something that women are accepting these days. So this whole series is appealing to people because it is encompassing so many different things that we talk about on a day-to-day basis. So she told him, I am unhappy about this. And according to Mrs. M, George didn't seem to care. Then she actually told him she is only staying in the marriage for the children. And once they're grown up, she'd most likely leave. He didn't believe her. Now, this goes back to the things that we talk about when I have a whole playlist of the nothing reasons she left and how these men are supposedly so blindsided by divorce. It's only because they do not believe women when we say that we are checking out of this relationship. Because this is, and she did it. She told him, I'm unhappy about XYZ. He doesn't take it to heart. He doesn't care. And she's like, all right, bet, I'm going to leave. He's like, she's not going to leave me. And now she left. And now he is a puddle of a mess, a whole mess. But this, like I said, this is the reason why this series is so popular on both my TikTok and my YouTube page, because so many things are happening in this series that just culminates into, yes, I see this. I have seen this myself personally. I have lived this myself personally. Women see this, and men could see this and see this as a cautionary tale, but too many men don't pay attention. So it just won't. We'll just use this as entertainment. Anyways, you guys go ahead, jump in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, comment, share.